Let's go. Speech. Yeah, step on top of it.
Let's make some noise, baby. All right.
Step on it.
Of the response
My wrist better.
this week from you guys. All right, let's go, boys. Oh, yeah, guys. Yeah, Lashley. Come on, man. The way you guys handled last Saturday to this Saturday speaks volumes for the rest of your life and volumes for this team. I cannot be more proud of you.
Yes!
Yeah. Defense. How about that defense? All you guys do is stop everybody on fourth and goal. Kept having our back. How about Sam Kellner? How about our quarterback? Hey, somewhere Ty Hawkins, where you at? Dudes on offense making plays, and you did what we asked. You saw it on Thursday.
Yes.
You saw how the game would go, right? Yes, it'd be tight. It'd be tight at half. It'd be tight. We'd get down late in the fourth quarter. Offense would go down and score. Defense would stop them. We would win, and that's exactly how it happened.
Yeah!
Listen, we scored 45 seconds to go. They took a knee. Now they took a knee because what they thought was they were going to line up defense and run you over for 25 minutes.
Yeah, baby.
Stopped them. Got the third and goal. We got some pressure. And Ahmad Moses, baby, we We had negative 2 yards rushing going into overtime. And all we did was get it off for 25 yards. I love you guys. We're about to celebrate like crazy. Now listen, this is not an individual win. This is a team win at the highest level.
Yep.
So anybody can break this down. But in almost 4 years, we've had 8 guys come and go from that program and had great experiences here. We currently have 4 here. Romello Brinson, where are you at?
Hello, how y'all doing? My name is Alexander Kilgore from Houston, Texas. I play linebacker here at SMU. It's my 3rd year at SMU. Graduated in December with a major sports management. I'm here to welcome you out to the Walking Strong podcast.
Let's go.
Let's go. Let's go.
All right, that's perfect.
This is the On the Pony Express podcast, hosted by Billy Embody, brought to you by Epic Estate Wines. Walking strong on the Pony Express, a weekly segment with SMU alum, owner, vintner of Epic Estate Wines, Bill Armstrong. Epic Estate Wines, world-class wines from Paso Robles wine country. Learn more, Epic, EPOCH, epicwines.com. And now your host. Billy Embody. 1, 2, 3, let's go.
Welcome in, ladies and gentlemen, to another edition of Walking Strong with Bill Armstrong. I'm Billy Embody.
My podcast partner.
Oh, so bad.
This is going to be a really fun podcast. Last week, It was rough. It was rough.
A little rough.
I had a hard time. And by the way, I took some shit because some people said I was too brutal on the team.
It was a pretty brutal game.
It was a brutal game against Wake Forest, but we drank a bottle of Veracity last week, and I said I'm going to keep it real. And if we're going to be credible, we can't just be homers.
Can't be complete homers.
Not all the time.
We can be a little optimistic.
I love being optimistic, but they needed it. They needed a little kick in the pants,
Yep.
a little bit. And by the way, I'm retiring the hat. For 1 week only, Mustangs are good again. It's coming off. It's coming off.
It's coming off.
See, look at this.
There it goes.
We're going back to being great again, baby.
Back.
You know what?
It's November.
I kind of made some of the coaches mad
I believe it.
when I was
believe it.
wearing that. But you know what? Keeping it real. Keeping it real. Before we talk about the game, let's drink some wine. You want
Yep,
some?
let's do it.
Okay. I
Hey,
have got
When keeping it real goes right,
yeah.
that's what last week was.
That last week was freaking spectacular. So, by the way, thanks to our good friend Alexander Kilgore for the intro.
Oh, yes.
That was fun. He's a good guy.
He's awesome.
He is a great guy. All right, speaking of great, I have a great wine for us this week. It's our estate blend.
Yes.
Which, by the way, is kind of a house blend of all of our grapes. I almost didn't fucking go out. So we got Syrah, Mourvedre, Grenache, Matero, Carignan, and a little bit of Zen. So it's kind of a nice blend of a lot of our grapes. That's why it's called the estate blend. I actually have a lot of people tell me this is their favorite of all the Epic's wines because it's so.
The nose is
It's
fantastic.
the nose is beautiful, and it's actually one of our cheapest ones. It's our cheapest red wine.
Yeah.
So people really like it. By the way, if y'all have not bought the Pony Express case, then you got to ask yourself, what's wrong? What's wrong? I mean, this is a 96-point scoring wine. There's been more 96-pointers, 97-pointers this year. Anyway, still available if you want it.
Yes.
But you got to call and say you're a special, close, personal friend of mine and Billy's.
Which there's dozens of them.
There's dozens. Positive. We need like buttons that says I'm one of the dozens. You know, we'll pass
We need
them
swag.
out.
That's our next. We need some merch.
We need some merch. So,
Gratitude wine also out as well.
oh
So
yes,
if you
and
wanna-
gratitude is
yes.
fantastic. Yeah. So,
Cheers.
and that all goes to charity. Every bit of it. All of the proceeds from gratitude goes to charity. Boy, this is good, and it tastes especially good after a game like this weekend. Unbelievable.
What a
all right,
day.
so.
Where to begin?
Okay, again, Billy never knows what I want to talk about. So here's what I want to talk about today. So
I do like that he lays it out for me now a little bit.
Okay, but here's the warning you get.
The
Here's
syllabus.
the
The
warning.
syllabus of today's
the
class
warning
is-
is right now. The warning is the syllabus is I want to talk about the Miami game,
Yep.
of course. We have to talk about Rhett's extension.
Huge news.
Very, very huge news. I want to talk about the coaches carousel a little bit,
Okay.
just because I think it's just great news not great news, but it's just really interesting news for college football. And then a little bit more about Parity, and then we'll talk about Boston College. Does that work for you?
Yep, that works.
That's what I said to my wife this morning. Does that work for you? Because it certainly worked for me. Is that too wrong? Is that wrong? Is that politically incorrect?
That's not the worst thing you said on this podcast.
Okay. All right. So let's talk about. Can you believe? Okay, let's go right to the beginning. 6-3, baby.
Yes.
We're 6-3, and we have led in a fourth quarter in all 9 of our games.
Yeah.
We're 5 plays away from being quite literally 9-0.
Yep.
We're 4-1 in the conference,
Huge.
tied for second.
Yes.
I mean, come on.
It's a mosh pit of schools at that number 2 spot.
And dadgummit, that is the parity that I personally really like. I know some people don't because it's just too unpredictable, but at the end of the day, fans love it. TV loves it.
Yes.
I mean, if you're a coach and you're going to make $10 million a year, you love it.
Yeah.
You know, because,
it's anybody's game in a way if you
Yes.
can keep yourself playing meaningful games,
Yeah,
which
yes.
SMU, that's what Rhett always talks about. You want to be playing meaningful games in November. Speaking of, 12-1 in November under Rhett Lashley.
that is amazing, isn't it?
It's incredible.
I don't think Sonny ever won in November, did he? That guy?
You brought up
But,
TCU.
I'm going to talk a little bit more about him later on in the show, but not a lot.
boy.
All right, so let's talk about the game, because the game was
The day was one big movie ad for SMU. Basically.
It was like perfectly shot for The weather was great. The stadium, that mist.
Yeah,
that
mist.
kind of misty
Misting.
was kind of nice, I thought.
yeah.
It was kind of cool.
Yep.
The boulevard was beautiful, even though
was.
it was early. ACC Huddle was here. They were having a ball.
The backdrop, Dallas Hall, awesome.
It was fantastic. And Eric McLean and I had some serious quality time the night
That's
before.
what he said, yeah.
The night before, we had dinner with Shooter McGavin, Eric Dickerson, and some others, and it was just so much fun.
Love it.
I mean, seriously, quality time with that dude. He's a good dude.
He's awesome.
He is a really good dude.
Feel for him right now.
Hey, listen.
But hey, he's a lot of successes rolled through Clemson.
A lot of successes rolled through Clemson, and if you ever listen to his podcast, he is dying inside.
Yep.
But you know what? I think he's going places with ESPN.
Oh, he's killing it.
You know, I think he said he's only one of 4 offensive linemen that are kind of in the queue.
That's awesome.
You know, it's just really good. Damn, that dude is a big fucking guy.
Yeah.
We had dinner at this really nice restaurant called Meridian, and they said, do you want a steak? And he says, what's your specialty? He says, we have this big ribeye that's for 2 people. He says, I'll take that for me.
Hey, when you work out in the Armstrong Wellness Center, I mean,
Did he work out here?
Yeah, that's usually what he does.
Okay, I love
it was an early day, so I don't know if he got that in on Saturday, but man.
Anyway, so let's talk about this win, because the win was, you called it. I got to give you credit. You called it. You said, because I was down.
You were down.
I was down after Wake Forest, and you said it would be really on brand for SMU to beat Miami. Oh, for this team. It's just the way this team works.
Yes.
You know, and I was thinking to myself, man, that's an optimistic take, because I was thinking after Wake Forest, that was an embarrassing fucking loss.
There's no way you're going to move the ball.
Yeah. So I'm going to first talk about the most valuable.
Yeah.
Easy for me, SMU students.
Yep.
Unbelievable. They were loud and they were fun, and they had Miami jumping off sides.
Yep.
They had them intimidated. I mean, that is the way. I mean, and they're having a ball.
Yeah.
They're having an absolute ball. And, you know, it made a difference.
Oh, absolutely.
It made a difference. Ford Field was completely packed.
Yep.
By the way, our suite, did you see our suite?
Yeah.
All right.
You kind of had a couple celebrities up there.
I am not going to drop names, because that's not the kind of guy I am. But you know what? I'm going to drop some fucking names on you. We had Luke Bryant.
All them other boys wanna line you up and take you downtown, but you look like the kind that likes to take it way out where the cornrows grow. Roll my boat, floating down the Flint River. Catch us up a little catfish dinner. Gonna sound like a winner when I lay you down and love you right. Yeah, that's my kind of night. Yeah, that's my kind of night.
Brian.
You know, Brian, I mean, just the greatest country and western singer of our age.
Yep.
You
Just
know,
stud.
he was there. Let me see, we had Bryson DeChambeau.
Shooter.
And we had Shooter McGavin. Of course, we had Harvey Armstrong. We had Eric Dickerson. We had Clark and Tavia Hunt, the owners of the Kansas City Chiefs. We have the First Lady of the state of Virginia, Suzanne Yunkin, Distinguished Alumni Award, and her son, who is SMU, played basketball for SMU, now moving back to Dallas. And by the way, if there's any one of you dozens of fans who know a young gal that is looking for a rich, smart, good-looking, really fun guy, Grant Yunkin is single, and he is looking. And Grant's probably cringing right now, because he's going to be watching this. No, it's good stuff.
It's good stuff,
It's
yeah.
trying to help him out.
There's a couple dozen people that can help him out.
And you know what? He's coming to a target-rich environment. He's living in D.C. now. And he said, by the way, if you're a conservative Republican in D.C., you can't even get a date. Isn't that just amazing?
Yeah.
So anyway, he's coming back. He might be the first son here in 3 years.
Yeah.
Because Glenn Youngkin could easily become the next president of the United States. I'm just saying. Anyway, and then there's other dignitaries in our box that, you know, were, you know, super rich. And it just goes to show you that kind of the celebrity culture that's developing at SMU.
Yes.
That is not me bragging about our box. It's me bragging about SMU, and everybody wants to be here.
And oh, by the way, the guy who flipped the coin, he's kind of a big deal too.
Kind of a big deal.
Yeah.
My boy W, you know, he's out. He's such a good guy. I mean, really, just the greatest. And it's becoming a place to be seen at games.
100%.
And you know what? Dallas, I've always said Dallas loves a winner. And SMU is becoming that winning program.
Yep. No question.
Okay, let's talk about other most valuable players. Ahmad Moses.
Just awesome.
I mean, seriously, 15 tackles, 2 interceptions.
Yeah.
You know what? Every time I hear his name, I always think of that Elton John song. You're too young for that song called Border Song. Ahmad Moses. Yeah. Anyway, every time I hear his name called, I think of that Elton John song. You know how Elton John, you never can understand their lyrics. Right?
Yeah, exactly. That's what
it's one of those things. Benny and the Jets is like, hey. Anyway, I could go on.
Speaking of someone famous.
Oh, come here. I gave him so much fun shit before the game the other day because he is now you're famous. I mean, you were always famous, but now
People watching this are like, who's coming over
I
here?
know. I mean,
The one, the only?
the Godfather.
Yeah, I don't know.
The Godfather.
What'd you do?
We're standing.
How's everybody doing?
Yeah,
How's the podcast going?
Welcome to the pod.
we just
I
started.
got to get out of here before something bad happens.
We just started. This is where our goalpost used to be. And there they are in pieces on the ground.
Sorry,
come
we're
on,
not sorry.
you gotta love that. Sorry, we're not sorry.
It was a great day.
It was. And did you love Jay Hartzell's comment? He says, "I don't condone this or approve of this, but I'll pay for it."
That's our president.
Over and over again.
That's our president.
You just gotta love it. It was so much fun, dude. That was. I mean, how sweet was that?
It was sweet. Now we got to go do it up in Boston.
I tell you what. And you always dismiss this, but the idea that you extended, I think that really meant a lot to the boys. Really meant a lot to SMU Nation, because listen. There's 2 schools that are now available that when you grew up, you probably said, if I want to do anything, I want to coach at Arkansas or Auburn. And you're staying here. And that's huge. That's huge.
That's where we want to be.
And you said it really well on your interview. I think you said, why not SMU? And I thought that was brilliant because you're like, are you kidding me? Dallas, alumni support, fan support, local recruiting, blah, blah, blah. That was a really great way of showing that we're on our way.
Special place. We're building something special. Ford Stadium was incredible.
Yeah.
That was incredible. Like, it's the loudest I've ever heard it here. I mean, they had to call a timeout. They got to delay a game, and they had multiple false start penalties. And we're having to tell our fans to be quiet as we're trying to win the game.
By the way, I have never seen
that.
I don't think I've ever seen that.
Yeah.
So
And,
that if that becomes the norm, the sky's the limit for us.
Yeah.
So
It will be the norm, baby.
See ya.
All right.
Thanks for stopping
Thank
by.
you, Rhett. Appreciate it, buddy.
Never know who you're going to see around here.
I just love it. You know what? George W. Bush might come walking up at any moment. Although he said he wouldn't do a pod with us.
Ambush him.
Yeah.
I'm sure the
George
secret.
Bush.
I'm sure.
All right, so Ahmad Moses, he's the most valuable player, and Wachovia, Isaiah,
Yeah.
Zay.
Second in the team in tackles.
when you have your 2 safeties having 25 tackles, are you kidding me?
It's good and it's good and potentially. But they're involved. They're that involved. They're that important to this defense. Ahmad Moses, a late flip from UTSA.
Yeah.
And he's stuck with it. He's the best player on the defensive side of the ball, in my opinion. He's playing at such a high level.
Right now, he's got
yeah.
Alexander Kilgore, he's got great instincts.
Yes.
Isaiah's got great instincts.
Yep.
But he's showing it.
Yeah. KJ.
Ahmad. Okay, KJ. How do you not give him the most valuable player?
Yeah.
I mean, seriously.
365 yards. Are you kidding me?
By the way, at the very beginning of the game, Miami goes out and scores right away. And I'm thinking, fuck, this is just where Wake Forest left off, And then we start driving, did a pretty good, nice little drive, and then we fumble. And that was the only KJ mistake, right?
Yep.
It was like, I'm assuming that was his mistake. He went under center.
Yeah,
and he dropped it
on fourth down.
4th and 1.
Yeah, it was kind of weird exchange.
Yeah.
Type of deal.
Exactly.
Yep.
But other than that, he played flawless ball,
Yep.
and he played it on a bad wheel. I mean,
when he came off, I don't know if you had where you were watching from at that point, but I thought watching from the press box, I was like, okay,
legitimately hurt.
It's finally.
Well, when you hop off the field like a one-legged rabbit, all the way and just lay down on the bench, you're thinking, okay, he did more than just tweak the ankle. He actually injured it. And I just saw him 15 minutes ago, and I said, what was that all about? He says, it's weird. I had this bone bruise, and it's a deep bone bruise, and he goes, and when I get hit on it, it hurts really bad for like 2 minutes, and then it stops hurting. Come on.
He's got something right with him, so to speak.
Yeah, no doubt about that. Anyway, he, but for a couple of passes that should have been caught,
oh man, he
could have had 450 yards.
No question.
And by the way, I did not know that T.J. Harden had a crystal ball in his brain, because when he flew that little flare pattern out to him, he had 80 yards of green grass in front of him, and it hit him right between the two hands. And he dropped it because he knew that he wasn't going to score the winning touchdown in overtime if he catches that ball. So he deliberately, see, he's thinking it all the time. Because
chess, not checkers.
Now he's famous, for winning, in overtime against the number 9 rated team in the country.
Yep.
And at the time I was criticizing him, but he knew. I don't know how he knew it, but he did. It's beautiful thing. So, okay, let's talk about the negatives. Okay, we have to talk about the negatives a little bit. That's the positives. Oh, one more positive. Jordan Hudson.
Yeah.
Sick.
Second 100-yard receiving game of the year.
But I like the 11 reception.
Yes.
And 2 of them on the last drive
were plays.
Really hard catches
Yeah.
to make. Jordan is a really, really gifted receiver.
Yeah.
In fact, I was sitting next to Clark Hunt, who owns the Kansas City Chiefs, which is where Rashee Rice plays, and I go, Jordan is like Rashee.
Yeah, they're built very similar.
He has that kind of just that body and the hands and blah blah, and the only thing that's going to get in Jordan's way is Jordan, because when he is on, he performs.
Yeah.
Romello was back. It was amazing.
Yeah.
Absolutely amazing. We had negative two yards rushing
in regulation.
In the entire regulation of the game.
Not great. Not great.
I think that would be the definition of not great, right?
Yeah.
When you're negative yards, don't you think?
And it makes it even more impressive that KJ was able to do what he did to Miami. I mean,
Miami's got a really good defense. Come on,
they do. They do.
Real.
There's so much talent on the defensive line and front seven and just all the different things that they have going on.
Yep. And but negative 2 yards, are you kidding me?
Yeah.
I mean, wow. And then, of course, when Moses intercepts that ball, I'm thinking this game's over.
Yeah.
And then we just run it down their throat.
Yeah.
Which was nice to see, as opposed to KJ having to hit a bunch of passes.
Yeah, exactly.
So also, I just do want to say to my boy Sam Keltner, that kick was good, bro.
Yeah.
It was good. Our suite is right up there. The goalpost were right here. Was standing on right exactly where they were standing. He kicked that ball, and it was right at eye level, coming right at us. And was it close? Yeah, it was close. But, dude, it was in.
Yeah.
It was in. And we don't get that call at home.
I know. I was kind of shocked on that.
Because the ball was slicing slightly.
Yep.
And
kind of came back a little bit.
And it kind of ended outside. But when it went right above the goalpost, it was barely, but it was in.
Yeah.
And so we got jobbed, because that would have been 20-20 tie, but instead 20-17. I'm going all over the map here.
You're okay.
Also, the adjustment that Rhett made in the locker room at halftime, he comes out and plays fast.
Yes.
They
cooked.
Just hurry up.
Yep.
And it took Miami out of their game.
100%.
It was great. And it was just like, if it wasn't for the referees kind of slowing it down, it would have just gone boom, 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 boom.
Yeah.
It was great.
Yeah, it was
great.
Everything that they kind of pressed the buttons wise in terms of the passing game was just everything you wanted to see. Rhett even dropped that they kind of went a little air raid, which, yes, throwing the ball around as much as they did, that was very air raid numbers as far as dropbacks. But just the way they got everybody involved, I think most of the staff would probably say, hey, it wasn't too much different. We just executed or whatever. You know, the guys made plays. We didn't do anything special, but they did.
They did.
I mean, they had
did.
some great calls lined up, and the guys executed it. And kudos to them, man. And guess what? This defense really has stepped up in such a huge way to complement the offense enough that everything's fine, you know, when the defense is going to play like that.
Every week they have gotten better steadily.
Yeah.
I mean, they started off early in the season as being just holier than Swiss cheese, you know.
Yeah.
But each week they get better and they start fixing the problems.
And they didn't even have Cam Robertson or Jalen Davis-Robinson.
I know.
Incredible.
I know. And
talk about that hit right over there by Brandon Maiazono.
Oh.
Next pass is for number 9. Elijah Lofton is incomplete. Making the stop, number 29, Brandon Maiazono.
Oh, Maiazono just clocks that guy.
him.
By the way, who has improved more than Brandon?
I mean,
seriously,
just the experience has been huge for him.
It is just very, very cool. By the way, this is very cool. Right now they're lighting up the field with ultraviolet rays and photosynthesis to get the grass growing, which is in the end zone. Which, by the way, I just love our field. When we storm the field, I love a field storm.
Yes.
I just love a field storm. Earlier this season when Virginia stormed the field, that was just so amazing.
Yes.
And North Carolina State this weekend, you know, when they beat Georgia Tech, they had an awesome field storm, but ours might have been the best.
Yeah.
And
right on it.
And those guys that tore down the goalposts.
Took him in front of the Fiji house for a little bit.
And then took him and they baptized it in the waters in front of Dallas Hall. Oh, brilliant, brilliant. I don't know who did all that, but dadgummit, love it. Love it, love it. I just thought it was great. And that made national attention, made national news. And think about it, this is the first top 10 team we have ever beaten in Ford Field.
Yep.
Since what, 1973, I think it was?
Yes, 74. And then I think 83 was the last top 10 win.
And that was against
maybe I might have that flipped.
No,
the 3 and the 4 are.
But that was against Pitt. Dan Marino's in a nothing game. I was at that game. It was a 7-3 game. Talk about like a baseball
barn burner.
Talk about a baseball score. Freezing cold. But we won that game, but we have never beat anybody in Ford Field.
Yeah.
Ever.
Oh, 100%.
In the top 10.
Yeah.
So
massive.
Dallas is rallying behind us. I think the recruits have got to be rallying behind us.
Yeah, no question.
I mean, you know that game a lot more than I do.
It was just everything that SMU could showcase was there on Saturday. You know, the celebrities. You know, you have recruits. You know, meeting Luke Bryan, seeing George Bush. You know, all these Shooter McGavin and all these different things.
By the way, Shooter, great dude.
I mean, he was leaning in all the way. He was on the huddle. Just awesome.
He was a great guy. And I'm one of those nerds that I love movies. And I've seen every one of his movies.
Wow.
I mean, like, his first movie ever, Grease 2.
Okay.
Come on. Didn't necessarily like the movie, but I saw him on it. So that was really fun, and we when we had dinner, we just chatted about all of his old movies and everything. He's on maybe one of the best shows on TV right now, called Hack.
Oh yes, Hacks, yes.
Fantastic show.
Yeah, he's doing a great job of it.
Absolutely
Heard good things.
Hilarious show. Liz and I just love it, and if you like dirty humor, you will love that show. And it's just
shocking you'd like that type of stuff.
Shocking, but very, very funny. So.
Just awesome.
What else do we have to talk about the game?
Okay.
I mean, that was basically. Did you get more?
No, not
on
really.
the
I
game?
mean, I thought the game itself, you know, SMU just found a way to get key stops at key moments. You know, Mod Moses, obviously a big part of that with the interception. They took advantage of some of the things Miami did. And I felt like
Mod Moses.
I felt like the defensive line really started to wear on the offensive line. They didn't get to Carson Beck, but I feel like they kind of, made him move around a little bit.
Can I criticize Carson Beck's tattoos just a little bit? Is it okay?
Again? Absolutely.
Again.
And I think now, after
I was a
two losses,
I was a little nervous about criticizing because I thought he might
going to get clipped or something.
Well, I thought he might just use it against us.
Yeah.
But, can I say one more thing? Mm-hmm. What was Mario Cristobal not going for when he had 26 seconds left?
I know.
I was watching it. I'm kind of going,
Has he not seen the way SMU's lost a couple games this
I know.
year?
Have we not seen the Wake Forest game?
We're not saying that it's bad. It's just true.
But I was like, that was a gift.
Yeah. for him to kneel down.
Well, the real gift was the 4th and 9 roughing of KJ. I think we still would have. We were on a roll then. We would probably convert. But occasionally you got to have a break.
Yes,
And
that was the flip side of the Baylor game.
It was the flip side of the Baylor game. And but thank you, Mario Cristobal, for not trying to
for just being Mario Cristobal at this point.
Is that the way he plays? I didn't know.
In November, 4 and 9.
Wow, yeah. He coaches like Sonny Dykes does in November. Speaking of schools that are, this is skipping over the coaches carousel, talking about Parity. Mm-hmm. The 2 schools that sued the ACC, Clemson and Florida State, this year, 7 and 9.
Yeah,
they sued the ACC because they were just so much better that they are 2 of the worst teams in the ACC this year.
Yeah.
Isn't that just amazing?
It is amazing, and it's not necessarily good for the ACC. You kind of need the big brands, but it is amazing when you couple it with the
lawsuit. I'm going
to
challenge you on that. Okay.
No, but I'm saying I like parity in the league, but you also, like Miami being talked about the way it is good for the ACC, but the parity is still good at the same time.
I want them to talk about SMU that way.
Well, right, and SMU's building toward that.
Exactly. But you don't need it to be all about Florida State.
Correct.
All about Clemson.
Correct.
All about Miami. And if you go to the Big 12, what a friggin' a scrambled egg that is.
Yeah.
But
they don't have a big brand. Their biggest brand is Texas Tech and BYU.
They don't have a big brand. And if you said your best brand was Texas Tech and BYU, damn.
Yeah, it's struggling.
I mean, that's struggling.
Yeah.
And really, in the SEC, it's not a clear cut. So there's not like a dominant school there right now.
Somebody did a really not cool at it. It was pretty basic, where they put all the ACC schools with, you've got Virginia at the top with unbeaten in play, and then you've got the 4 or 5 one-loss teams, and then they switched out the logos for all the SEC schools that are like, and then it goes, man, that conference is so tough. It's, they just beat up on each other or whatever.
Oh, I love
it's just
it.
the same type of talking points we hear about the SEC, but the ACC has, signature win over Alabama from Florida State. So they did their part there.
But you look at the SEC and you're kind of going, there's no clear cut,
No, there's not.
There's no clear cut.
Georgia, Ole Miss, Texas.
Georgia barely won this weekend.
Yep.
And Ole Miss is just barely winning.
Yep.
Oklahoma's not very good. Texas, who knows how Texas is.
They just beat Vandy.
They almost lost.
Yeah,
to
they almost
Vandy.
blew it. Yep.
Anyway, that's the parity game.
Yes.
And I know it's chaos, and we're in the Atlantic Chaos Conference.
That's good. I like that. Print the shirts.
Print the shirts. I really like it. I think it's really good for the game. And I know it's frustrating for some people that used to go to Clemson, Eric McLean, Kelly Gramlich, but it's good for the game. It's good for the game. And I think ultimately it's good for the conference. I really do.
And the parity is impacting some of these coaching moves that are happening. Schools,
of course it
especially in the SEC, are obviously not satisfied with where their programs are.
Yep.
But the leash has got to change in these new Power 4 conferences. Like, going 8-4 should be like a.
We're 8-4.
You know what I mean?
Exactly.
It's hard to do. It's not where you want to be, but
I tell you what, I think it's inevitable that the college football playoffs has to go to 24 teams. NFL went that way.
Yep.
The NBA went that way. Major League Baseball went that way. Obviously there's the final, the March Madness is already that way.
Yep.
Because there's too much of a penalty for, the fluky games like Wake Forest.
Right.
You need to be able to have just a complete brain fart of a game and not be out of it. And so I think everybody's for a 24 team playoff with the exception of the SEC.
Yeah.
And so
they'll come around to it.
Because
they can use that with contracts and say, I got into the college football playoff. I'm still doing my thing.
Right.
I need another year.
Right.
Or you can use that to stick around.
And I think it'd be really good for the game. And I think it's all about national interest, eyeballs. I can see college football kind of eclipsing the NFL in a way, if they play it right.
Yep.
Because what's better than March Madness?
Yeah.
I mean, March Madness in the NBA Finals, who gives a shit about the NBA? Because you'd much rather watch the March Madness. I can see that being in football too.
Yep.
So I think that's where we're going.
Let me check something real quick. Okay, cool. Sorry, I had a panic attack. I couldn't see it under the...
Oh, really?
I couldn't see that we were recording still, and I was like...
Okay.
So we're good.
All those lights and everything.
I started getting a panic attack. You've done this long enough with me. I get that panic attack, so...
I get it.
Yeah.
I'm over here just droning on.
No, and then I'm thinking about, okay, all right. Oh, wait. Oh, we're recording?
Well, you have to admit these lights are kind of funky.
Yeah, they were playing an eye game with me. But so sorry to interrupt your train of thought. But
I have no train of thought. I mean, that's the reason you love being on the podcast.
I love it.
It's because there's no train of thought.
Yeah.
It's a stream of conscious. Anyway, so that dovetails in, you said it dovetails into this coaching carousel, which is absolutely
it's out of control.
Freaking control.
Yeah.
I mean, let's look at the jobs that are open now. Auburn, LSU, Penn State, Arkansas. What am I missing?
Virginia Tech,
UCLA.
Yep. Oregon State.
They
count. Michigan State might be opening. You've got Wisconsin, maybe.
Florida,
opening.
maybe.
Florida's opening. Florida's open. They fired Billy Napier.
Florida State, I'm saying.
Florida State might be opening.
Maybe.
I'm starting to think he comes back.
It's
a lot of money. And I don't think they have it.
I heard it's $100 million.
Well,
to get rid of
everybody, then bring in. Yeah.
And so suddenly I think all of these trigger-happy kind of alums, of which I don't think I'm one, which, by the way, let's talk about getting Rhett. You want to?
Yeah, absolutely.
Because the backstory on that for Mustang Nation is everybody wants Rhett. He's young, he's smart, he's charismatic, he really shows he can win.
Yep.
So suddenly you wake up and you see, LSU fires Brian Kelly. On the top 4, Rhett Lashley's on the list.
He's on there.
Florida fires Billy Napier. Rhett Lashley's on the list. Arkansas, the number 1 guy.
Yeah, the guy.
The guy.
Yeah.
Auburn hadn't happened yet, but he would have been probably
1-2, but probably
the guy.
Especially after Miami.
Yes, especially after Miami. And so my hat's off to Jay Hartzell, Damon Evans, Rich Templeton, David Miller. We got together and said, he wants to stay. I know he wants to stay. When I picked him up in Miami, when we hired him, we got on the plane. We were flying his family back here, his 2 sets of twins and his gorgeous wife, and who's now a great friend of ours. And I didn't know him that well, knew him pretty well, but we were on the plane. We had 3 hours to chit-chat. And I said, listen, as long as you take care of SMU, I will personally make sure that SMU takes care of you. Mm-hmm. And I don't want you to ever tell me, ever, like that con man that now coaches at TCU, I don't want you to ever tell me that you're not leaving. Because
and you can run the tape back. You said this last year.
Yep. And I don't want to get repetitive, but just in case Mustang Nation had her, I want to say it again. And we are living up to our obligation because he is living up to the obligation that he gave me.
And you guys believed in him. That was something he brought up in his post-game press conference as well. First opportunity.
Yep, we believed in him. And not everybody believed in the idea of going after an offensive coordinator.
Right.
Because you wanted to go after the
sitting head. The next step would have been sitting head coach. Go poach somebody.
Yeah, go poach somebody. And we knew we were going to get poached. And Damon Evans came to me and David Miller and Jay, and they said, we have to wake up. It's almost like a real estate deal in a way. We have to wake up and say tomorrow, how are we going to feel if somebody just poached Rhett?
Yep.
Just like when you put an offer in on a house.
Yep.
And if you lowball them.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden,
how are you going to feel if you don't get it?
How are you going to feel if you don't get it? Because if we lose Rhett, we have to go poach somebody else.
Yeah. And then you bring in all the unknowns and this and the changes of the program. Everything here is going in the right direction.
And they're perfect for SMU.
Yes.
I mean, Lauren and Rhett embody SMU. Like, I can't see Lane Kiffin at SMU.
No.
I just can't.
No.
You know, I mean, he's great and he's fun and, you know, blah, blah.
Yep.
I can't see Coach O, let's say, coaching SMU. You know,
No.
and you can just go through the list, you know, kind
Yeah,
of,
you can kinda, yeah.
and you kind of go, nah, that's not our guy. Da, 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 da. And Rhett and Lorner, I think, are just ideal for the brand and for what they represent, their kids and their Christianity and all of this is very, very on brand.
Credit Lauren, she got over there as soon as TJ Harden walked it off, and she beat the by the time ESPN's camera got a shot on Rhett, she was giving him a big hug. So I gotta give her. She made a quick beeline for him. So credit to her, she got some athleticism like Rhett.
I'm not going to say what we said, but right before the game, I went to midfield, and Rhett was there by himself, and I walked over to him and I said something to him that I've never seen a grown man blow a bubble out of his nose. It was so fast. He was laughing so hard.
Yeah, you keep it between you. I know a couple years down the road you'll drop it on a podcast here. But
and he turned around to Mario Cristobal, and he whispered something to me, and I kind of go, this is only between him and I, but it was class. It was absolutely classic. So, okay, that's the coach's carousel. That's
DC.
Rhett. Why not SMU? He said it really good right here.
Talk about that. That's serendipitous.
Oh yeah. You kidding me? That's
We're out here getting
a suntan.
Yeah,
under his
getting a
lights.
little bit of cancer or something.
Under these infrared lights. All right, let's talk about Boston College.
Yeah, briefly.
I don't know a lot about them other than the fact that
they're really struggling but playing hard right now. I think that's probably the best way to put it.
Here's what I don't like about Boston College is the memory of the Wasabi Bowl is still in my brain. It is.
Oh, I know.
I mean, the Fenway Bowl of was that 3
You got your rubber boots for this weekend?
3 years ago, and it's going to be cold and it's going to be rainy.
Oh, is it?
Yeah. It's not a nor'easter, but it's going to be cold and rainy. Not as nearly as cold as it was in the Fenway Bowl, and you're going to be on a field as opposed to being in the
baseball stadium,
Fenway Park, and I think Eric McLean said that Boston College can't stop a runny nose. But
did a good job for almost 4 full quarters against Notre Dame,
who has a great running game.
Oh my gosh,
great running game.
Yep.
But for that 90-yard run in the fourth quarter, it was pretty damn close.
It was an 18-10 game until that 94-yard touchdown run.
I know,
which comes right after a BC interception thrown in the red zone.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, so that's another.
So they were going to maybe tie it up.
Yeah. So
it's not.
The Irish escaped.
It's not a given. The Irish are good. It's not a given. We're going up to Boston. We just have to take care of our business.
Yes.
And here's the thing. Right now, we have a clean shot to the ACC championship. We have to get a little bit of help. But not an enormous amount of help.
Right.
There's no way UVA...
Especially with the chaos.
With the chaos, there's no way UVA goes undefeated all the rest of the way, I just don't think.
Yeah.
A number of the schools that are tied with us have rugged schedules coming down to stretch.
No question.
I mean, Georgia Tech
has a murderer's row.
Yeah. And, and I don't know if I know how great Pitt really is. Everybody's talking them up, but I'm not sure they're that great. Remember they came here last year and they were undefeated and ranked 12th or 14th.
Their quarterback's a dog.
I hear he's a dog.
He's a true freshman.
I know.
He's good.
I know.
But still.
Looks like that quarterback for NC State just played out of his out of his mind on that game the other night, which is really fun to watch because I wanted Georgia Tech to lose. I mean,
it just helps.
It does. So actually, I wanted Duke to lose. They beat Clemson.
That was tough.
That was tough. Yeah, if I was a Clemson fan, I would just want to shoot myself. Anyway, BC is. I just never want to say BC is going to be easy because it's not. It's not. They weren't easy last year.
Right.
When we came here. It really got down to their last series where we sacked them 4 times in a row.
Yep.
It wasn't on ice until that happened.
No, for
and that
sure.
That was late in the game.
Yeah.
So.
And SMU has the carrot of the bye week right after it. So. 13.5-point favorites. Go take care of business and get out of there. Red bandana game. BC is going to be pumped up for that.
Yep.
Play for Wells Crowther. They've got to find a way to bring that energy on their own on the road. And if they do that, they'll be okay. It might be ugly. It doesn't matter if it's ugly. They just got to escape.
Just win, baby. Al Davis is right. Just win, baby. I don't think they can keep our running game down again.
Yeah.
We've had 2 just abysmal running games, and that's when things surprise you, right?
Yeah.
That's when TJ gets real, and maybe Chunky starts playing again.
Yeah.
Obviously,
Shoddy, Chris Johnson Jr., McFall.
Yeah. So anyway, I will see you in Boston. Right?
Yeah,
you're going to be there
bright and early.
Oh yeah,
got a big event that morning with some
a big
epic
event.
wine tasting going on at Cityside Tavern. Buy your tickets at ontheponyexpress.com. Open bar, epic wine, brunch buffet. Tough to beat at 8 a.m.
Wait, what was it? Open bar,
Epic wine,
with that, yeah.
brunch buffet.
Oh,
8
come
to
on.
11. Come on.
That sounds so good. All right, well, listen, everybody out there, a lot of my friends who I send this podcast to say, how do I join, on the Pony Express? Sometimes your website kind of confuses the older crowd like me. You're like, how do I pay for this? Anyway, get on and join. It is like a great deal. You're the hardest working guy. I swear to God, it's unbelievable what you're doing every day. Anyway, and I will see everybody in Boston, and we're going to have a really fun pod next week.
Let's do it.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Okay.
Well, cheers. Thanks for listening to this edition of Walking Strong with Bill Armstrong. I'm Billy Embody. Catch you guys in Boston.
'Cause all my friends say I started shooting doubles when you walked in. All my friends say I went a little crazy seeing you with him. I don't remember a thing, but they say I sure was raising some cane. I was a rock star, party hard, getting over you come back kid. Yeah, I must have did what all my friends say.
I'm here to. Oh man, what's the?
No, you're good, baby.
Walking strong.
You're
Walking strong.
Walking strong.
Walking strong.
Yep.
I'm here to welcome y'all to the Walking Strong podcast. Let's do it.
All right, let's get a last little bit. No, that might make the blue for real.
Yeah,
that'd be good.
exactly.
We have a lot of blue for.
Okay.
Thanks for listening to the On the Pony Express podcast with Billy Embody. Follow us on your socials on X at SMU3 and on Instagram at On3SMU. And keep it locked to OnThePonyExpress.com for more coverage.